Hey, what's up, good folks? This is Dr. John Delony with Ramsey Network. Today we are talking about social anxiety. Got an email? Here we go. Hi, Dr. John. What's up? I have loved your anxiety videos and wanted to ask you a specific question. Thank you. I appreciate it. I don't want to sound tone deaf by saying COVID has been a good thing for me, but the shutdown canceled all social events that would ordinarily cause me to have breakdowns and anxiety attacks. It has been the most peaceful time of my life, even though I have been home with 6 children, because I haven't had to see anyone except my family. Last week, sports reopened for our oldest 3 children. I quickly started to feel tightness in my chest and shoulders, and I'm on edge like never before. I'm scared to death of people and their opinions. Will the other moms like me? Will they think I'm too fat? Do they notice that I always have my hair in a messy bun because I don't know how to do anything else with it? Does she know my childhood rapist, and is she going to tell him where I am? Is the babies fussing annoying them? Do they remember my family's history here and think I'm the same as the others? Does she think I'm worthless for not having a job? And on and on. Do you have any suggestions for anxiety related to a person's own lack of self-confidence and self-worth, and for dealing with anxiety attacks that come from social interactions? Whew! Susan, thank you so much for your email. This is a lot, and I'm going to dig in. Here we go. First, let's just define social anxiety, right? It's a phobia or a fear of social interactions. When you get around people, when you get around unfamiliar situations, your anxiety alarms go off, and if you've had trauma in your past, they go off loud. For those of you who don't have a social phobia, you think social anxiety is stupid, it's not even real, it's so lame, dude, get over it. Imagine yourself in a dark alley, you turn a corner, and there's 3 dudes with guns and another dude with a knife, and they start running at you. How you would freeze, your heart would start racing, your pupils dilate, and you go into full fight or flight mode or freeze mode. That's social anxiety when somebody goes to a grocery store. That's social anxiety when somebody walks into church. That's social anxiety when somebody shows up to a Little League game and they just want to support their kid, but every alarm system they have is going off internally, and it just makes it hard to breathe. The author of this email, Susan, she's asking exposure questions. Are people going to actually know me? Are they going to see me? Are they going to be judging the way I look? Are they going to be judging my inadequacies? Are they going to be judging my blessings? The answer, Susan, is no. Most people, most of the time, don't care about you. You know why? Because they're busy with their own insecurities. They're worried about other people watching them. Or some people are just blessed and they simply don't care what other people think about them. What a gift that would be, right? Some people work really hard to get to that place. Or they had great parents, great community, great social circles that have built them up, have given them internal self-confidence. They love themselves, and they just radiate joy to other people. And they don't really care what other people think about them. But most people, most of the time, are worried how they present themselves to the world. Do other people know that my kid's sporting goods gear is used? Do people know that my kid's not the best player on the team and it's kind of embarrassing? Or that I didn't get to brush my teeth today before I came. Whatever. People are usually thinking about themselves, thinking about other people, thinking about them, right? It's this toxic hurricane that we all live in. So Susan, the answer, really, it's probably not. And if people do notice, wow, she's more overweight than we are, or her hair is messier than yours is, who cares? Who cares? You know why? They don't get a vote. They don't get a vote. You're raising 6 kids. You have 6 kids. The fact that you're upright and breathing and they're all fed is more than most people will do in a given day. Most people cannot do what you do. And that leads me to number 2, really the most revealing part of this email. You mention a childhood rapist. For me, that is stop the presses. That is park it right there. We're not going forward until you have some coping mechanisms for dealing with childhood trauma, severe childhood trauma. That's a park it until you've got a community that's going to walk alongside you, until you've got some support exercises, some ways of being to silence the alarms. Because if you have severe childhood trauma, like childhood physical abuse or sexual abuse, childhood rape, social situations are ghastly. that part of your brain that is always scanning the environment for future pain, for future hurt, for future trauma, every time you get around strangers, every time you get around other people, that alarm's going off. That alarm will go off and go off and go off. You also discuss a family history here that you don't want other people to know about. Maybe you've got family members in your past. Maybe you've got family members who left a poor legacy for you that you're having to live into as a member of the same community that they lived in. Again, trauma can become legacy-based until you turn with the right support and face it. So a link between childhood adversity, childhood trauma, childhood abuse, and social anxiety, that link is clear as can be. Your brain is on high alert, and it is always scanning the environment for who's going to hurt me next. So the real question, Susan, you've got to ask yourself is this. Do you want to get to a place where you can go out? Do you want to go to these baseball games and these church events and to the neighborhood grocery store peaceful, light, and fully engaged? And if you don't, that's okay. That's a decision you're going to make, right? But if you do, I want you to know there's healing on the other side of it. But the first thing you have to do is make that decision. First thing you do is to answer that question for yourself, right? In your email, you say this has been the greatest few months of your life. Ask yourself, do you want to be a person who thrives in public? If you do, if you want to be a person who will be out in public with her 6 kids, that will go to Little League games and dance recitals and 4-H events or graduations and college send-offs, if you want to be that mom, you will have to invest deeply in trauma-based, trauma-focused therapy. And that can look like EMDR, that can look like brain spotting, that can look like TFCBT, trauma-focused cognitive behavioral therapy. That looks like getting with someone who is going to walk alongside you, teach you skills on how to silence the alarms, skills on how to exhale when you feel them coming up, go back through your trauma narrative, and teach you how to be safe moving forward. Susan, if you want to be free from this trauma, from this pain, healing's out there. It truly is. My hope is, my deepest hope and prayer for you, Susan, is that you decide this past trauma, this social anxiety, this weight that sits on me all the time, I don't want that to be my identity anymore. I want to walk towards peace. If you do, healing's there. There is a counselor that will walk alongside you and help you grow and heal from the inside out. I want you to be whole and healed and no longer looking around for your childhood abuser. A present, whole, and joy-filled mom for your 6 beautiful kids. They deserve that, but more importantly, Susan, you deserve that because you are worthy of being loved. You are worthy of peace. You are worthy of a deep, good night sleep. You are worthy of going to your kid's baseball game and cheering like a crazy mama. And I hope you'll get that healing. I believe in you, and I know you can do this. This has been Dr. John Delony for Ramsey Network. If you know of somebody who's dealing with social anxiety disorder, if you know somebody who's had childhood abuse, send them this video. Don't forget to subscribe, follow me at John Delony, and if you want to be on the Dr. John Delony show, the live call-in show, I want to hear from you. Email me at askjohn@ramseysolutions.com. Leave your cell number, a brief description of your question, and somebody from Ramsey Network will reach out to you and get us scheduled to talk together. I can't wait. Take care.